All youth, and indeed many of us, face many different pressures or stresses in life. Even if a youth seems to have the perfect life, they often will face one or more of these issues. Many times people are quite shocked when they hear that a youth has committed suicide because everything seemed to be going fine and wonderful. And oftentimes, youth will say that they simply didn't feel they had anybody that they could talk to or open up with. Mentoring is an ideal situation because it provides that space of confidence and trust and someone that the youth can really go through and trust. Peer pressure. This is something that every one of us faces. There's good peer pressure and bad peer pressure, but the reality is each of us is affected by those that are around us. Substance abuse. In an age where it becomes easier and easier to access both illegal and legal substances, the tendency to fall into substance abuse is, again, overwhelming simply because we see it present in the music, in TV, movies, advertisement. It's all around us, encouraging us to engage in those things, and it's a factor in many of the lives of our youth. Sexuality has become an issue that has really risen to the surface of our society. Gender issues, exploring the issues of whether or not someone may be homosexual or not. Many others are out there that youth are struggling with. Child abuse. It's unfortunate, but it is a reality of our communities that children are abused both physically, emotionally, and sexually, and these are things that impact us and impact how we think and address issues in our lives. Family violence. Again, this is something, whether it's just between the mother and the father, or whether it's directly affecting the children, or it's in the broader family. Family violence affects how we think and how we react to things. School safety may be an issue. Not all of us have the benefit or privilege of going to schools where the hallways are safe, whether they are issues of bullying, which has become predominant, or even all of the unfortunate situations we see now with school shootings. School violence falls in that same category, whether somebody is actively getting beat up or, again, bullied, and we see this is now taking on many different forms. Depression is an issue that we see affecting pretty much all of us across society, and in particular we see youth wrestling with this issue more and more. There are so many drugs and counseling and things like that that are trying to address this issue, but the reality is it's an all-time high, and it affects our schooling, our behavior, and our lives overall. Suicide is becoming a much bigger issue, unfortunately, and rates of suicide are rising amongst teens, and in part it's because of these many other pressures and not knowing how to deal with them that are impacting our youth. And knowing somebody who has committed suicide also will have a deep impact on the lives of the youth. Nutrition and health. This is something that we really have to be concerned about because we live in a very unhealthy society when it comes to what we eat, with all of the fast foods that are out there and the otherwise poor nutritional habits that many of us have. Faith and religion. Many youth go through a crisis of faith, not knowing how to address concerns that they have within their faith, or perhaps even feeling that they have any faith, and depending on what the family situation is, this may exasperate the situation with them. Time management is something where it may not seem as if it's an issue or a pressure youth face, but because of poor time management skills, they find themselves unable to complete homework or do the various activities and projects they want, and as a result, lots of other things domino effect into a negative way into their life. Career exploration. Many times as youth are hitting their junior and senior year, they're not really sure what they want to do with their life. And as a result, they need help trying to find their way and have some focus in their life so that they feel that they have a place and a purpose. And they may have part-time jobs, and those may be paid jobs, or maybe they're having to be at home babysitting and watching their younger siblings, but this time constraint on the youth places a lot of pressure because, again, it impacts their schoolwork, their time with their friends, and other things that they may wish to do.